With Syracuse football on its bye week, On the Bench takes an even closer look at all the fall sports on the Hill, including SU soccer. Coach Mac's men are in mid-season form, tearing it up in conference play.
Well, Jay, speaking of tearing it up, SU field hockey will answer some questions about them. They've been unbeatable so far.
Is Emma Russell elite, Tim? We need to know.
We'll let you know later on in the show. We'll have highlights of field hockey's games from this past weekend.
Timmy, I am convinced there is a cap on the Syracuse women's soccer goal because the scoring struggles continued again this week for the Orange.
Well, unconfirmed reports.
Well, I can confirm On the Bench. Welcome inside the Citrus TV studios. This is On the Bench alongside Tim Langlois. I'm Jay Alter. Timmy, it may have been a bye week for Syracuse football, but we don't take bye weeks here at Citrus TV or any of the other fall sports for that matter.
Well, absolutely. I mean, this is a great week to highlight those other sports. Soccer, field hockey, volleyball, all dominant right now.
Absolutely, and let's start with SU soccer. The Orange went down to Durham for a battle with ACC foe Duke, and a impressive on-the-road victory for Coach Ian McIntyre's boys, 3-1 on the road. And really, you can credit the ACC Player of the Week, Boucher, 2 goals on 4 shots, and it extended the winning streak to 4 games. So really impressive for SU men's soccer.
Well, that was impressive, Jay, and the Cuse will try to keep that 4-game win streak rolling at home as Coach McIntyre's team continues to alternate between those ACC matchups and non-conference games. The Orange taking on Albany down at SU Soccer Stadium, and this would be a close one. Syracuse getting ready to go. As Jay just mentioned, 4 wins in a row. They're looking for 5 here early on in the first half. Liam Callahan plays the ball down the line. A clearance deflects off Ben Polk, and Chris Nanko scores on the left side of the cage for the Cuse. The 4th of the season for Nanko, and Syracuse goes up 1-0 14 minutes in. We skip ahead later in the first half. It's a corner taken by Philip Pearson, and the header goes home by Carlos Clark. It's a tie game at 1 apiece.
Yeah, right before halftime, a big goal for the road team, the Great Danes.
Now in the second half, a cross by Oyvind Alset, the header by Ben Polk, but the save is made by the Albany goalie. So we stay tied at 1 apiece. Another great chance from Julian Boucher to Liam Callahan. Nanko shoots it wide, but now Boucher. Again, the cross to Ben Polk. A missed kick, and it still goes home. 2-1, Syracuse takes the lead in the 78th minute, and they would go on to win by that final score. 2-1, Syracuse wins it. 1 goal for Polk. He continues that red-hot streak of his.
I'm still trying to find out how that one actually found the back of the net. A missed kick, and you know what? When you're hot, it just keeps going for you, Tim.
It does. Syracuse wins it 2-1. For more on this game, Citrus TV's Lauren Walsh was at SU Soccer Stadium.
In a cold and rainy upstate New York matchup, Syracuse continued its high-powered offense and put up 15 shots against Albany. Out of those 15, Chris Nanko and Ben Polk each found the back of the net in the 2-1 victory for the Orange.
We weren't fully at the races. Having said that, we found a way to win tonight and scored a couple of good goals, and I'm excited for Chris and for Ben to get another one. And we created enough chances to win this game.
I knew I'd get chances. We're a good team. We create a lot of chances. Like we had, I don't even know, 14 shots was it? Plenty of corners. So we always create chances and stuff. So I just knew if I made sure I got myself in the right positions, then I'd get the chances. And fortunately enough, I managed to put one away.
Syracuse heads down to Chapel Hill on Saturday to take on its highest-ranked opponent of the season. UNC is ranked 2nd in the NSCAA poll. Reporting from the SU Soccer Stadium, Lauren Walsh, Citrus TV.
9-0 and off to the best start since 2012. Syracuse field hockey is an absolute wrecking crew this season, and the Orange look to keep its undefeated ways up with 2 out-of-conference opponents over the weekend. Game 1 at J.S. Coyne Stadium in Syracuse. Well, the success has been all about the offense. Monmouth coming into town and looking to try and keep that Orange offense up. You see Sierra Degnan with a good opportunity. That turned away. Actually only scored 1 goal in the first half. That was right here. Rose Wares finding the corner of the cage. A nice deflection from Laura Herf puts the Orange up 1-0 at half. And then second half, really Syracuse flexing its muscles. That finds the back of the cage. 2-0 Orange. Alma Feeney with her first goal of the game. And then a nice chip shot. An athletic play to make it 3-0. The assist from Alyssa Manley. Syracuse now rolling up 3-0. Wares again. That takes a deflection and finds the back of the cage. Lees lock her way. Dutch to Dutch connection there, and it's 4-0 all Orange. And then put a bow on it. 5-0. Feeney's second goal of the game, and it is all Cuse. Now 10-0. Undefeated team keeps on rolling. Monmouth just completely outmatched in this one. 29 shots to 1, and when you shoot a lot, you score a lot. And SU field hockey, well, they've been scoring as much as I was at the casino on Adams Street, right, Timmy?
Just remember to quit while you're ahead, Jay. More Syracuse field hockey over the weekend. That wasn't the only game. Syracuse against Monmouth. They took on Cornell. Let's take a look at how that one went down. The Orange again looking to continue their dominance. The little in-state rivalry with the Big Red. Early on, it's Rose Wares after Cornell blocked a penalty corner and Wares scores. Syracuse goes up early, 1-0, just 6 minutes into the game. Later on in the first half, Emma Lamison scores, and again, it's assisted by Wares. This time she's on the assist side of things. Syracuse up 2-0, 9 minutes in, but Cornell would hang around. Kristen Myers puts it home. And it would be a 2-1 Syracuse lead, and that's what the score would be at halftime. So Big Red hanging around, but in half number 2, the Cuse opened it up. Emma Lamison scoring there, 4-1 Syracuse with 15 minutes to go in the second half. And then Emma Tufts stolen in the back, and then she puts it home. Syracuse goes up 7-1, and to tack on the insurance, a penalty stroke by Rose Wares again. 8-1 Syracuse. They would go on to win 9-1, a demolition it turns out in the end for the Cuse. That 9 goals for Syracuse was the most in one game by Syracuse since October of 2011. That was 4 years ago. It was just 2-1 Cuse at halftime. The Orange stretched the lead out in the second half, outscoring Cornell 7-0 in half number 2. Citrus TV's Seth Kwam was there and has more.
After a 5-0 victory over Monmouth on Friday, Syracuse caps off a successful weekend with a 9-1 victory over Cornell at home. The Orange exploded for 7 goals in the second half, and many of those goals are thanks to players that don't normally make the stat sheet.
It's just awesome. It says that our offense was moving today, that people from different positions, different angles were able to come in and score. And it also shows that maybe people that didn't get as many minutes are listening in practice and are able to execute.
It's just so great that we're so versatile and everyone has the ability to score. I mean, that's the best advantage any team can have.
I think we created a lot of really nice goals today that we haven't been doing consistently throughout the season. So from that perspective, our focus of what we did in the week really paid off, and so we just have to keep continuing to grow.
Well, Syracuse takes that undefeated record and number 2 rank in the country down to Louisville on Friday with an ACC matchup with the number 9th ranked Cardinals. Reporting from J.S. Coyne Stadium, Seth Kwam, Citrus TV.
Thanks, Seth, on the bench, stepping aside, but a lot more coming your way. Women's soccer has been shut out 6 times this season. Find out if they could finally get a goal at home against Louisville. Spoiler alert, they don't.
And we'll head to the ice to see how Syracuse women's ice hockey began their season. No spoilers from me. We'll be back on the bench.
Looks like it's done.
Don't let salmonella get funky with your chicken. On average, 1 in 6 Americans will get a foodborne illness this year. You can't see these microbes, but they might be there. So learn the right temperature to cook each type of meat. Keep your family safe at foodsafety.gov.
How you doing? My name's Steve. My family's lived in this neighborhood for years. Recently, things got so tight, we had to go to our local food bank for help. I lost a lot of sleep worrying about what the neighbors might think. That is until I saw them there, too. How'd I do, Steve?
A little stiff. You could have done a little better.
What? Come on. You know, I have an Academy Award.
Yeah, but not for playing me.
Play a role in ending hunger. Visit feedingamerica.org/hunger and find your local food bank.
There's a shelter pet who wants to meet you. Meet one today. Visit theshelterpetproject.org. Adopt.
Welcome back on the bench. Syracuse women's soccer, the only Orange fall team without an ACC win. So pressure was on to get a conference victory this weekend when the Cuse hosted conference rival Louisville. Let's head out to the SU Soccer Stadium. And you know what? Courtney Brosnan, she did her part. She was under pressure all game long. You see the save here, has to get up, gets the foot deflection as well, keeps the clean sheet early on. A lot of Cardinals pressure in the first half on the Syracuse end. You see the black and red moving from left to right, and this time Isabella Habula able to slot it past. She went near post and gets it to go. 1-0 Cardinals. And really, that is all Louisville would need. Trying to add more here, but Brosnan too good, Tim. She did her part. And Syracuse unable to get any offense going until the second half, 77th minute, trying to get the equalizer. That's no good, comfortably saved. Taylor Buckland doing a nice job for the Louisville team as well. The keeper doesn't even need to make the save there as that shot goes a little right. That was in the 88th minute, and then final attack fizzles out. Syracuse falls again. Another shutout, 1-0 Louisville. And SU, no home love, 0-4 at the SU Women's Soccer Stadium. Can't get anything going at home. Offensively, a very frustrating season for Coach Phil Wedden.
When the Syracuse moved to the ACC, we said some teams it's really tough on. Continues to be that way with women's soccer.
The one highlight for this Syracuse soccer team, Courtney Brosnan, the goalkeeper. For more, we go to Citrus TV's Christian de Guzman.
Syracuse lost to Louisville 1-0 on Sunday, giving the team its fourth ACC loss of the season. Despite that, though, the play and leadership of goalie Courtney Brosnan continues to keep the Orange in games.
Well, Courtney's evolving as a goalkeeper. You know, she's still very young, but she's exceptional. You know, she made a couple of great saves today. But again, you know, her leadership, her communication has got much, much better, and she continues to get better. She is an integral part of the team. I just feel for her because I don't feel like at times we support her in the way that we should.
I think that definitely, even in games where I'm not making a ton of saves, I just try to stay involved with my leadership and my communication, obviously keeping the back organized and trying to spread that through the whole team. Yeah, I mean, obviously it's tough giving up a goal. I wouldn't like to do that, but I thought that I did make a couple saves to keep us in the game. Just wish we could have put one in ourselves, I guess.
Brosnan has 51 saves this season and has only allowed 20 balls to find the back of the net. Despite that, though, the Orange still have a 4-8-1 record. Reporting from the SU Soccer Stadium, Christian de Guzman, Citrus TV.
Thanks, Christian. Hockey season is now underway, and it's the fall, which, like the spring, is that great time of year when the pucks and the ponies intersect.
You love the ponies, Timmy.
Of course. Syracuse women's ice hockey taking on Clarkson in the first real game. The first against Queens was an exhibition, so let's see how the ladies could do in the first real matchup against Clarkson.
You're telling me it's not Mercyhurst?
Don't worry, we'll keep you entertained, Jay.
Okay.
Syracuse and Clarkson, Kennedy Ice Pavilion on October the 6th. Clarkson, though, started off hot, and they would grab the lead first. Look at the play near the SU net. Ryan McGill scores for Clarkson, scrambled near the net. A lot of confusion for the Orangemen. Clarkson would go on the power play and score again.
It's like they're defending on ice skates, Tim.
Shannon McCauley scores for Clarkson. It's 2-0. And you take a look here. Another great chance there for Clarkson, but she hits the post with the shot. Cannot connect. Clarkson still with the 2-0 lead. Syracuse, though, would work its way back. Melissa Piacentini around the net. In the spot that you want to be, right in the blue area on the
wraparound like that.
Piacentini scores, cuts Clarkson's lead to 2-1. There would be 10 minutes to go, but Clarkson, too much in the end. Power play again. This time, Kaylee Mercer scores, and that puts the dagger in the game. 3-1 was the final score. Clarkson beats Syracuse.
The American Pharaoh of women's ice hockey, Tim. Clarkson ranked 5th in the country, and they flexed their muscles and showed why they are a power team when it comes to women's ice hockey.
No keen ices there at Kennedy Ice Pavilion in that one. 3-1 Clarkson is your final. For more, we head back to Kennedy Ice Pavilion and Nick Petroccioni.
Syracuse opened up its 2015 season at home against number 5 Clarkson. Although the record books may show they lost 3-1, it says a lot about this team that they can hang with one of the tops in the nation.
That's the number 5 team in the country as we speak. You know, I think we can play better, so we're capable of more.
Says that, you know, we can hang with the best of them, and that number 1 CHA ranking wasn't for nothing. So, you know, we obviously came out and we held our own for a lot of it, and we even came back and gave them a run for their money. So I think it says a lot about our team and, you know, how we're going to be this year.
I think we definitely stayed with them. I think we let in 2 soft goals in the first period and kind of playing catch up a little, but I think we bounced back pretty well and kept ourselves in the game.
The Orange will look to put one in the win column as they begin a 4-game road trip starting Friday at Northwestern. Reporting from Kennedy Ice Pavilion, Nick Petroccioni, Citrus TV.
Up next here on the bench, still no Mercyhurst, Jay, but it is Syracuse volleyball. And you're going to want to stick around here on OTB because this team is something special. We'll tell you why when we return right here on the bench.
Hey Orange Nation. I'm Brianna Butler on the women's basketball team.
And I'm Trevor Cooney of the men's basketball team.
And the season is right around the corner.
You can get your first look at the teams at Orange Madness on Friday, October 16th.
Come watch us at the Carrier Dome for the first time this season. There'll be a dunk contest.
And after the scrimmages, come get selfies with the teams.
Hope to see you there. We nailed it. Killed it.
If you want to be a parent, it doesn't matter how you play, what you wear, how you dance, or even what direction life takes you. You just need to be there. You don't have to be perfect to be a perfect parent. Thousands of teens in foster care don't need perfection. They just need you.
Welcome to Orange Press Pass.
Orange Press Pass is your ticket inside the Syracuse locker room. Hear from the coaches.
We got some open looks from the perimeter
and players.
Well, I saw pressure coming from the backside.
Get in-depth analysis, reports on site, and more.
Let's go on OPP.
Orange Press Pass, live after every Syracuse game.
Welcome back to On the Bench. How about Syracuse volleyball? The Orange, well, they have to be off to the best start in school history for an SU volleyball
team. As long as school history began after 2010.
Okay, don't ruin the fun, Tim. Orange 11-2 heading into the weekend. 2 conference games on the horizon, and first up was Louisville. Unfortunately, a 3-1 loss on the road at the Yum Center. A great facility, by the way.
Absolutely.
With an even better name. But the hot start skidded a little bit down in Kentucky. I hope, at least, they got out and saw a couple of races at Churchill.
Let's hope so. Good place to go there. Syracuse volleyball. Now let's see if they could redeem themselves going into the next matchup against Notre Dame. And it would be tough because word on the street is that Lee Corso was recently dancing around in a leprechaun outfit. So that would be tough goings for any teams not playing Notre Dame, rather. Okay, different sport, different picks maybe still, but maybe the Orange had the luck of the Irish in this one. Okay, I should walk out of the studio for that reference. But Syracuse does beat Notre Dame. They go into Purcell Pavilion and get the win 3-2. Volleyball bouncing back as they've started strong on the season. Nicolette Sarator with 19 kills and 14 digs in the win for the Cuse. No SU football this past week, but an important game on Saturday against South Florida. But let's face it, in football, every game is important all season long. Here's a look at what's coming up next for Syracuse on the horizon. And it is a trip down to Tampa at Raymond James Stadium. Game time will be at 3:30. And Jay, last time these two teams met, it was a thriller. Back in 2012, Ryan Nassib, remember him? Alec
how
Lemon.
can you forget this game? It was
3 seconds to go, Syracuse took the lead. They overcame, you see there, a 20-point deficit.
An instant classic. With 3 seconds left, I remember the play well, and a great comeback, and man, makes me miss and reminisce about how great some Big East Conference play was, Tim.
Absolutely. Syracuse looking to get a win again, this time 3:30 on Saturday.
Still more to come on the bench. We'll give you the images and the plays of the week. We'll wrap it all up for you. Don't miss it when we return on OTB.
You know what, guys? There's a lot of tree branches and dry brush over here. We should probably move the bonfire over there.
I'm guessing Smokey liked that idea.
Huntington!
Every proper bear knows that the right fit means everything. Especially when it comes to car seats.
Oh, really? I just did what any bear would do.
So know for sure that your child is in the right car seat for their age and size.
I like it.
To learn more, visit safercar.gov/the-right-seat.
Oh, hello there. Oh,
where's that bear?
Welcome back on the bench. About to wrap things up here, but first, check us out all over social media. You want live in-game updates from any sport on the Hill, we got you covered at Citrus TV Sports.
Yeah, you can check us out on Instagram as well, Citrus TV Sports, for some great pictures from around the Syracuse sports venues, and on the road, like when Syracuse plays USF this coming weekend, on Twitter at Citrus TV Sports as well.
And tweets of the week as well. Like to wrap it all up, see what else is going on around the Hill. You got Syracuse athletics. Well, Skylar Thomas in the starting lineup for USA and Canada. And how about that former center back for that Syracuse soccer team doing it up in the big leagues? More SU soccer. You got Chris McCullough repping the scarf. You love to see that.
Repping crossing teams. He is a basketball player and promoting the SU soccer team there. And Coach Scott Schaefer as well with a group of the team right there before taking on South Florida.
Tim, is McCullough getting any time with the Nets, or is he still rehabbing the knee this year?
We'll see. I mean, I think he will.
I know one thing, SU basketball is going to be hurting without the big man. Definitely a little light in the center and power forward department. And Tim, they started practice this week.
Yeah, how about that? Already, it seems like it's crazy. It's only October, but they're already getting ready to go.
All right, fall sports still in action, though. That's the focus on the bench. Let's give you our top 5 plays of the week. Starting with number 5, we'll take you to JS Coyne Stadium for a little field hockey midway through the second period. Alma Finney, her first of 2 goals in that game with a nice Finney finish.
Switching things to SU women's soccer, goalie Courtney Brosnan blocks not 1 but 2 shots by Louisville 6 minutes into the game. Unfortunately, though, the Orange would
Tim,
lose
that
by
wasn't
nothing.
the best save of the week, though. Hendrik Hilpert, you see on this free kick. Oh! How about those reflexes? Let's see it again.
Full extension.
Yeah, slow motion. Hilpert right here. Not much time to react. Bono-like reflexes on that save.
How about that? Number 2 goes to women's field hockey, taking on Cornell. You saw this play earlier in the show. Emma Lamison scores backdoor. What a great pass by Rose Weirs, finding the empty spot, and Syracuse would crush Cornell 9-1.
Teeing it up, and what a finish. 9-1, unbelievable. Can't stop them. They're up to number 1 in the nation, by the way, Tim. Number 1 play, though, Ben Polk. Oh, he came into the game red hot, and when you're hot, when you get a pass from Boucher, you do this. A missed kick goes to the back of the net. You can't make this stuff up, Timmy. That was the game winner, by the way. 2-1, Orange.
And Syracuse soccer now into the rankings. Again, back where they were just like last year.
Deservingly so.
Take a look at what's ahead this week. Syracuse ice hockey is at Northeastern coming up this weekend on Friday. Then they're at UNH, so a little New England swing. And football, of course, at South Florida this weekend, 3:30 Saturday.
Want to highlight men's soccer. We just showed you a couple great goals by Coach Mack's team at North Carolina. That's the number 2 team in the country. Big game this Saturday. We'll have that for you next week on the bench.
A lot of road games, looks like, in this calendar. And then on Sunday, one of the home games, Syracuse women's soccer, will be at SU Soccer Stadium hosting Pittsburgh volleyball at the women's building against Virginia Tech.
So, Tim, a full slate. What are you looking forward to the most?
Got to be SU football. Bye week.
That's true.
You got to get back in action.
Eric Dungy and Irv Phillips back in action in Tampa. Those two big parts of this SU offense that they really missed against LSU.
Absolutely. Zach Mahoney, a pretty good effort against a top team like LSU, but a lot of throws into the ground early on. It'll be interesting to see how Dungy does.
And of course, Citrus TV's Cuse Countdown will give you a full 30 minutes of everything you need to know between South Florida and Syracuse.
Yeah, definitely. Check it out.
And this has been On the Bench from my guy, Tim Langlois. I'm Jay Alter. We'll do it the same time next week, the same way, absolutely right here at Citrus TV. Thanks for watching.
Here it is. Fine settles. Wears. And it's tipped in. Laura Herf with the finish. And SU leads Monmouth 1-0 late in the first half.